I don't want no gravestone when I go. If you could plant a tree. No gravestone when I go, carving my name for me. You can tell everybody they'll find shelter in the shade as the sun hangs from my branches. My eternal bed is made. When the earth is my bed sheet and my body is a shell, let my rings count the stories that only time can tell. I don't want no gravestone when I go, and you could plant a tree. I don't want no gravestone when I go, carving my name for me. Carving my name for me, yeah. Whatever I should tell, but if you should cut me down, I'll keep you warm by the fire as my embers kiss the ground. Yeah, yeah. I don't want no gravestone when I go, and you could plant a tree. Yeah, don't want no gravestone when I go, carving my name for me. Yeah, yeah, carving my name for me.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know it's cloudy here, but even I've had it worse than this, and my internet was still, for the most part, working, and it's been crap. No sound again. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Have lots of trouble with my internet lately. Something's fishy. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm wondering too. It's like, man, this is just too daggone weird. I've never had this much. I mean, I've had internet issues, but going going all freaking for the last 2-3 days dealing with this. It's like, come on, man. You know, and at first I thought it was because my dang modem was overheating, so I've got it in the window with the fan on it, and it shows it's working. And when I try to get on it, it keeps kicking in and out, in and out, in and out. So I don't know. So, has anybody had any encounters they want to talk about? Anything new happened over the week? Yes, it has. Agree. Yeah, I've noticed that with my phone as well, or so. Yeah, I've noticed that with it too. It's makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes, getting ready for a certain little 10 days of something that's going to happen. I'm wondering if that's not what this is the precursor to it. So I did make a funny mistake. So I made some. Eric had serviceman come over, and he told me his company said they were not putting any more money trying to fix. No kidding. Who do you got, Carl? So I was after William's show. I can't believe I did this, but I mean, it is what it is. It's what I get for rushing around and multitasking. I decided I was going to make me some lunch. I cooked up some hamburger. I threw some noodles in there and boiled it all together. And I threw what I thought was spaghetti sauce in there. Well, I can tell you the combination of beef noodles and picante sauce ain't too bad. It was a shock when I found out what I did. I done something new. Oh, watch out. All right. Here you go, boys. Which one of you guys got it? My little wrist deal. It's not in here, which means you guys have got it somewhere. I just realized my little wrist deal from my mouse is gone, and I'm not finding it anywhere, which tells me a certain little doggo has been messing with my stuff. What'd you do with it? I know you very well. Very, very well. Roxanne said, I heard footsteps and felt them hit the floor, but nobody just went right through. No kidding. And that's the thing, man. I've had paranormal activity. Well, I mean, like, take for example, over at Springfield Commercial Club, and I done the paranormal investigation there. Not only could I hear him running up the stairs, but I could feel it in the floor. So, I mean, that makes perfect sense. I mean, people don't realize that you can sometimes feel footsteps from paranormal. My cell phone, internet's having a problem also. I have AT&T. Yeah, I know somebody works for AT&T too. He's a bigwig. I have 5 cats sitting on the floor looking at me like we were waiting for what? I don't know. I can see that. It's like, hey, hold the phone. I feel you walking, but you ain't walking. I gotta figure out what you did. If you chewed that up, I'm gonna skin you alive and hang you by your toenails from the nearest tree. You and chewing things right now ain't me and my best friends. Yeah, I'm talking to you because I know you. Yes, I can't do it. AT&T don't work. Sadly, I have to stick with the corrupt Verizon. That's the only thing that works. And I'm wanting to go Starlink. And from what I've been noticing, only people that's putting out Tesla phones is T-Mobile, which I'm not a big fan of. My wife came in the room yesterday and said, yes, what do you want? Told her it wasn't me calling her name. Then her face said it all. It keeps happening. Yeah, that happens a lot. I get that. I get that here. Like, I'll have something that sounds like girls calling out daddy to me. I'll hear different voices calling out Eric. Hey, Trisha. Roxanne, you got AT&T too? Oh, God, I'm sorry, guys. Um, but yeah, I mean that stuff that's very very common, very common when it comes to paranormal. Yeah, I deal with that often. The other night, I was sitting there in my easy chair, and I could have swore I heard chatter outside. And by the time I went to, and the dogs even reacted to it. We were all laying in bed, and I heard the chatter outside my bed. Oh yeah, it was no, I was in my bed. It wasn't my easy chair. I was in my bed because I remember I was trying to go to sleep to go to work. And when I went to get up to go investigate it, there was nothing going on. It all quit. Dogs went nuts, and the chatter quit. So I don't know if it's my little hairy guest coming back around or not. Watch yourself, bub. Hey, watch yourself. Trying to make sure this didn't. No, it's not under there. Come on, watch out. Thank you. You can lay back down now, bud. I was trying to get back in position. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my deal, which I'm pretty convinced you took off with. Sorry, talking to my dog. I get knocks at the door and no one there, but there was a girl here recently died a few days ago. No kidding. And I'd be worried about them knocking on the doors or so. Yeah, I'd be really concerned about something knocking on. I won't answer it. If I know it's not anybody out there, I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to reply. I'm not going to acknowledge it or nothing, especially at night. Definitely at night. If something when I know nobody's coming to visit and I got a knock on my door, I'm not answering it. I'm not acknowledging it or nothing. I don't know where she's looking, but she ain't looking here. But yeah, I was hearing that talking the other night, and I wish I could have caught it because it was very similar to what I caught that couple weeks, or I guess it's been about a month ago. I wish I could have. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like that talking. And this one was right outside my bedroom window. Well, and that's the thing. That's why one of the reasons why at nighttime, if I hear knocking on a door when there ain't supposed to be no knocking on the door, I'm not acknowledging. I'm not talking to them. I mean, because that's one of the legends is they can't come in your home unless you invite them in. They knock on the door. Hey, Demaria. They knock on the door, then and you apply to them or reply to them or open up the door. It's pretty much saying, "Hey, come in," and I'm just not going to do that. How's it feel to have your little blue wrench back and be able to do your stuff again, Roxanne? I'm glad we got that figured out. But hey, Blue. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys have had some interesting stuff happen between footprints, knocking on the doors, names being called out. Daggone. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of paranormal activity. A lot of paranormal activity spread out into a wide area. The other day I could have swore I heard somebody bump something in the house here, and I know the dogs are with me. Yeah, you were a little perturbed about that last week. That was a whole weird ordeal right there. I still don't know what happened on that. But yeah, it was. So I mean, I don't know if it was something that knocks up because I mean the dogs were here at my feet. Most of the cats were over there. Hey, Roger, and hey, Freaky, and heard something. Go crashing in the dining room. I mean, it still could have been a cat. Can't chalk it up to paranormal. Because I have to be honest, it could have been a cat. But I don't know. None of them went scattered. So that's kind of weird. And I got a little bit of cold coffee left. Forgot my tea in the kitchen. I didn't realize until I was about to appear on the deal when I played the second part of the intro. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of activity happening lately. It's not good. I mean, I'm fighting the internet right now, Freaky. I was going to take my MVGs out tonight and try to record the night sky through my MVGs, but we got cloud coverage that rolled in. I don't think we're supposed to have any storms. Ooh, excuse me. At least the other day when I checked it, it wasn't calling for any storms. Check it again real quick. Not in my area, anyways. I know Missouri's got Mother Nature here in Missouri is like, hold my beer and watch this. I want to hit you with everything I got. I'm not going to comment. Hell, this thing's even been slow. You've been getting snow flurries, and it's the second day of spring. Holy cow, man. Take that back. I guess we got a 60% chance of rain today and 40% chance tomorrow. They changed it up. I guess we got storms coming in. We were to get storms, but not as bad as what they thought. Yeah, I just seen it was 60% chance here. Cloudy, cold, and windy here. It's in Dulce. Yeah, it's a little cool here. There's been a breeze off and on. It's cloudy now. It was sunny earlier. It's really windy here with the easterly. Kentucky has been about 65. Oh, that's nice. It's yeah, it says it's 64 here. On the keyboard earlier, and I felt someone run into the room, but the cat and the dogs and oh, so you got them actually coming at you too. Yeah, I know that feeling. I could have swore I've heard people running in through my house before, get up, nobody was here. Yeah, and there's a lot of what's going on now too is being a certain group of people's taking back control. I mean, some of the other people are still putting it out there, but the new regime has been counteracting what the old regime has done. So a lot of times we got to keep that in mind, which I've noticed has been working because we've been starting to get more of our seasons regular that like we used to have than what we've had the past several years. We're actually getting colder winters again, and actually getting rainy spring. Did you happen to catch Dr. John and Jessica's show this past? No, I was busy working on a book and I forgot to look at it. And I've been busier than a hiccup at work. Usually, what I don't catch, I'll try to catch when I'm at work. And I've just been so daggone busy, I haven't had a chance to catch it up. Yeah, see, they got us 60% today and 40% tomorrow. You know, that's fibbed. She's always fibbing to me. I don't know. Something caught their interest. They woke up from a sleep one running out. I'd have to listen to it, Blue. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I need to watch it. I'll know more by watching it than I will be guessing something I haven't watched. Yeah, you. Yeah, it does. It really does. Um, but as far as channeling Bigfoot, I know our ancestors used to, and I'm not saying they still don't to some people now. I just need some. I need some little bit better evidence. So I need to watch that and see what he says. I'm for colder winters as long as it's natural, but from what I've seen, don't hold your breath. We're actually getting our cold winters back. It's been a long time. Usually our winters are late and they're starting to get back on the normal sync and they're actually starting to be cold. Here in Missouri, it's not unnormal to have sub-zero degree temperatures. Actually, I'm a firm believer. I think they do. I think they find it entertaining. Hey, Kevin. And line between demonic. I don't know. Me personally, I've never. I can't say it's not possible. Um, I don't know. I don't know what it feels like. I've never done it. Um, Pretty much what I deal with here is I know when they don't want me in the woods. And not only do they give me the signs they don't want me in the woods, and most of it's I can feel the energy in the air. Um, but I've never psychologically channeled them. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not one of those that's going to jump on something as soon as somebody says it. Hey, Twisted. And the reason is, and I'm not saying he's doing this, but the reason is too many people are jumping on this bandwagon to get their 15 minutes of fame. So I've heard some outlandish stuff dealing with this, and I just shake my head it's like, man, that is none of that makes absolutely any sense whatsoever. And that's why I wait and I bide my time and I listen, I study their posture, I study the tone of their voice, I study how they look around, I study all that stuff that they do, which is usually a good indicator on if somebody's being genuine or not. And you can be non genuine if you know how to fake it. You can fake a genuine encounter and not be genuine, and there's ways to tell that as well too. I don't like bandwagons. They don't play no band music. Yeah, no kidding. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. I'm not discrediting nobody. I'm not going to do it because it wasn't my experience. But for me, I need a lot more evidence for me to go. I think this is legit. If it ever happened to me, I'd be like, "Holy crap, this is what I felt," But anything close to that I've ever dealt with was curiosity, and then being upset because I've had strangers in my woods. I did feel that. In fact, if you watch the documentary I was in, Byways of Bigfoot, when we were out here investigating, um, you'll see me. I reacted right to it because I felt it. They were like, "Who is this, and why do you have them here?" I mean, they were not happy. And from the next 4 or 5 weeks after that, I didn't have a stitch of anything going on. When I was having stuff every single day, I didn't see hide, no hair, nothing for a good 4 to 6 weeks after that. After we done that investigation out here with that for that documentary, they weren't happy. They it was people they don't know, and I was doing something completely different to what I normally do. That's a good that's yeah. I mean, because we know AI's got a huge part in this nowadays. Freak yeah. Watch how your channel you might channel Joe Biden. I don't want to do that one, man. Yeah, please listen to the show. He wants us all to channel Bigfoot. It's discussion worthy. I mean, I'll take a look at it. I've been I've been kind of staying away from a lot of social media and stuff this last week because I'm overwhelmed. I get stuff sent to me 30, 40 times a freaking day. And I spend pretty much every bit of my free time going over stuff that people send me. I get burned out pretty quick. So this week was kind of a blessing because I've been busier than a hiccup. So I've not had time to look into that stuff. It was a nice reprieve to get away from Facebook, to get away from YouTube, to get away from all that stuff. I needed that break. So, I mean, even though I was busier than a hiccup at work, it was kind of a blessing because it was able to get me away from that stuff for a little bit. Start subliminally putting messages in Freaky's head.
You want some pecan and caramel ice cream, some Rocky Road, some mint cookie ice cream. Freaky, you want ice cream.
Guy starts putting it in his head. No, chocolate ice cream.
Roxanne wants Rocky Road and triple fudge brownie ice cream.
Oh man, I like sweets. I love sweets. And sweets is an addictive deal. And it's purposely made addictive so you buy it and eat it. And but I'm also hypoglycemic. I can't have too much sweets. It makes me sick to my stomach. So I purposely keep a lot of that stuff away from my house. So because if I have it, then I'm going to want to eat it, and then I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to make myself sick. And plus, my daughter don't know how to control at all. I mean, she has like zero control when it comes to sweets. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. Hey, Brother William. Okay. Oh, in grade nice. I had not only a teacher, but the principal trying to get me to eat ice cream during lunchtime. Apparently, I needed to fatten back up. Man, I'm not going there. Yeah, I mean, I was, man. I went into boot camp, weighing, hey Camel, weighing $150. It was oddly enough they had me on ration recruit as a fatty. I was one of the fatty recruits, and then they got to looking at it and it's like, why are you on rations? You are well below the weight class. I was like, that's what you guys have on, sir. Or actually, it's, sir, you guys, this recruit's been on it since the day one, sir. So they took me off of it, and then when I got off of it, I went up to $1.75. That's a fact back then, yeah. Oh, the doctor, here's my chopper monsters. Oh man, yeah, that's all right. I've got a dog that likes to chew on everything, which I'm pretty sure happened to my little mouse wrist rest thingy bobber here. So if they show up, doors open, he'll probably chew them up. But so I'll get to thinking about things. So when I was in college for a while. I went to MSU, Missouri State University. It used to be known as SMSU, Southwest Missouri State University. I was there for wildlife management, Missouri conservation, and I minored in bovine and equine. And so while I was there, I was doing studies, and in one of our grain classes, we were talking about GMO grains, and which I'm totally against. I can't stand Monsanto. I can't stand what they do. That's a very evil, corrupt company, and I want nothing to do with Monsanto. That's why I buy heirloom seeds. Monsanto is an extremely corrupt, evil company. I want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with them. So, but we were talking the difference between GMO grains and natural natural grains. And my argument to it was, I get what you can say you do. With the GMOs, you can make more and make it bigger, but by playing God, you're destroying things and making things worse. And so I did a study. I had a natural ear of corn put out and a GMO ear of corn put out, and within a couple of days, the natural ear of corn was gone. They ate quick. I mean, it was just the squirrels annihilated it. The GMO ear of corn was out there for 3 or 4 weeks and nothing had eaten off of it. And that tells you how bad that stuff is. I mean, that really tells you how bad that is. I gained weight, graduated at $150. I went in at $150, man. Give him an A for hanging in there. Is he one of those that was collecting a okay, that ain't coming down my drive. Is he one of those that was collecting a Social Security check for a long time? Go see what they are. Damn it! I still have to get the ivermectin crap. I meant to pick them up today and I forgot to do it because I forgot my house. I'm gonna have to do it next payday. Yeah. So, but that's one thing. So when it comes to these, when it comes to cryptids, and people like to put bait out for cryptids, I'm not a baiter. I don't like to put bait out. I don't believe in that. I've never had to do that. We did do it for the documentary, but I don't do it personally. And I've often wondered. I mean, I know they've been seen eating out of trash cans in cities and towns. So I've often wondered if they can tell the difference between the GMO stuff and the natural stuff as well, and whether if they would eat it or not. I mean, of course, a lot of stuff that people put out's got GMOs in it, and it seems to get eaten. Is it Bigfoot eating them? Probably. Is it something else eating them? Also, probably. So. I get mine from MFA, Roxanne. That's where I get my ivermectin. Ivermectin is good at curing cancer, a lot of different types of cancer. It's also a parasite cleanser. It'll cleanse a lot of parasites out of you. Ivermectin mixed with, oh my God, I forgot what the other part is one of the best things that you can use. Another good thing for it is hydrochloroquine. Which is hard to get here in the U.S. because it was outlawed because of all the good stuff that it does. But ivermectin will work if you can't get hydrochloroquine. Went in 6'3", 250 pounds, came out 6 foot and 200. You pooped out a lot of poop. That's a lot of poop. If you lost 50 pounds and 3 inches, you pooped a lot of poop while you was in boot camp. Hey, y'all cooking dinner. But hey, Don, no worries. It's good to see you in here. Is it the animal one? Which one did I miss? Yeah, you are a quack. The animal one. What did I miss? Oh, it's the same thing, Roxanne. It's the exact same thing. They don't like to tell you that, but it is absolutely the exact same thing. If you notice, most of the meds we give to our animals is the exact same meds that we take. It's just in different doses just because of their sizes, depending on what kind. Is it a little house critter or is it a farm critter? Depending on the size is what kind of doses it gets. But if you notice, a lot of their medications is the exact same stuff we take. And sometimes it's a hell of a lot cheaper than if we went and bought it ourselves from a pharmacy. If you get it from a vet, it's a hell of a lot cheaper because, well, it's licensed for an animal, not for a human. So they don't jack up the prices like they do. But people's been doing it so long, they started catching on to that. So now they're jacking it up even on the animals. So, apple flavor. Breakfast for dinner. I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah. Could be a critter. Yeah. Apple flavor, dude. Apple flavor would be great. Yeah. Sells it all over the counter. Yeah, that's where I get mine. I get mine from MFA, but you can get it from a vet clinic too. Yeah, you can absolutely get it from a vet clinic. You just can't get it from your pharmacy unless a doctor puts a special order in. And even then, there's a lot of red tape involved with you to be able to get it. But a doctor with some time can get it for you. Ain't there supposed to be an anti-demon drug? Forgot what. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Only thing that's good apple flavor is apple pie. Man, I like apple moonshine. I like apple Smirnoff. I like a lot of apples. I like apples. Yeah, okay, there you go. I didn't know you could get it from Amazon, so there you go. I mean, right there. I just get mine from MFA because it's 12 miles from my house. Hey, Firewater. Good to see you. I was kind of worried about you today. I didn't see you last night or this morning. Unless I forgot. Pretty sure I don't forgot. I like apple pies but don't like apple juice. I love apple juice, but I tell you, um, um, oh my God, apple cobbler is one of my favorite ones. But caramel apple, yes, yes. I've got some green apple left. I've got what I call a snort in a mason jar. It's about that much. For me, that's just a snort. I've got about that much left. I've been kind of saving and waiting, and it's been soaking, and apples have been soaking in it for going on about 2 years. I've been just kind of letting it, just kind of build a little. But I've been waiting for a special occasion to down the last of that. I like green apple, but and that's one thing I've noticed. I mean, look at cryptids. Cryptids love apples. They love peaches. They love oranges. And even though I'm going to be putting a little orchard out back here, I've got an area cleaned up to start putting some fruit trees up. That's something else I'm going to have to take into consideration when dealing with the cryptids around here is the fact that they like that stuff too. Oh, I'm going to say that I'm going to keep positive and say that's what happened. I want to stay positive on that. I know there's a lot of variables, but yeah, I want to stay positive saying she had babies. Yeah. Pip, the mighty squirrel, the OG Firewater, no other squirrels coming around her deck. Pip is a squirrel, freaky. If you watch her, she puts videos of her interacting with her squirrel Pip. I give her a hard time and say, no, that's not Pip. That's called dumplings. But yeah, Pip's a squirrel. Oh, the mighty distractor. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Is it not healthier? What do you mean, Trish? Are you talking about the ivermectin or are you talking about some of the other stuff we talked about? But one thing I want to do is go back to I'm trying to get my property set up to be off grid as much as possible. Self-sustaining. Missouri Farmers Association. MFA, Missouri Farmers Association. They are, Tricia. They GMOs are absolutely horrible. But I just lost my train of thought now. Freaky. but I'm trying to get my property to be as self-sustainable, off the grid as much as possible, which is hard for me to do by myself because I'm constantly busy. Like I I have to force myself to get away to have time off, and even when I'm getting away, I'm constantly doing something. So I mean, I'm just like busy, 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 busy. There's a well, my boyfriend's property in town. That's the way to go. I mean, I have an artesian, and that's the way to go. GMOs absolutely change your DNA, and they also change a lot of stuff. They what people don't understand. So the insect resilient plants that Monsanto has a patent on is not something they created. So therefore, they should never be able to have a patent on it. It's natural things that plants put out. Plants naturally put a insect resistant protein out to that repels insects. Now the weaker plants won't, and the weaker plants will get affected by the insects. Where you notice the stronger ones don't. It's a natural thing, but Monsanto has greased enough palms that they was able to put a patent out on the natural organisms of a plant to repel insects and put it in their stuff to claim it's theirs. They never created it. They did not invent it. That's a natural thing. So therefore, you should not be able to have a patent on that. Yeah. That's where I'm trying to get this back to organic as possible, Firewater. That's where I'm at. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, William, for entertainment purposes only. And so I've always wondered when it comes to cryptids, if they can tell the difference between this stuff. Because just from what I've studied on natural wildlife here, they know the difference between it and not. And so, I mean, that's something that I'm kind of curious about. But sadly, the only way I'm going to be able to have any answers on that theory is by baiting. And I don't like to do that. That's actually how they got started. Yes, they got started creating Agent Orange. Absolutely. And they own several companies, including BlackRock. If you actually break down how many companies Monsanto owns, not only are they big into the pharma, they own most of the pharma stuff. They're actually big pharma themselves too. They own several other companies too. BlackRock is one of them. We had to do in college. We had to do a big breakdown on Monsanto, and man, I don't know if I still got the books. If I got the books, I'll try to find it. But it's amazing how many companies that Monsanto owns. Just a numerous, and how many of them companies are tied to some very criminal and evil crap that goes on in our world. So, but I don't know. I mean, if anybody's ever tested that theory, let me know your results because I'm kind of stuck on do I want to test that theory by doing something that I don't like to do, or just let somebody else do it, or just have that out there and never answer it. Yep. And they're tied to a lot of cancers that's out there too. A lot of cancers are tied to Roundup. If Blue, I remember correctly, I think you are correct. I would have to try to find my college notes on that because it's been last time I was in college was 2012. So I mean it's been a little while, but I want to say you are correct. This isn't medical advice or perception and medication advice, and we don't recommend any health care tips or advice. Thank you, William. Absolutely. Um, Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at on that, Freaky, because if I am going to find the answers on this theory, then I have to break one of the rules that I have for myself. And that's why I've always, I mean, for the past couple of years, I've tossed it around. Do I really want to test this theory? Because it can bring in some bad things. If one thing goes wrong, I can change a peaceful thing into a very unpeaceful thing real quick. I've been warning, gosh dang it, I've been warning people about Monsanto for almost 30 years. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. Never allow mom to buy anything that Monsanto makes at all. Yeah. I mean, even in the grocery stores, I'm being a lot more cautious because you'll be surprised how many long pork items you'll buy at a store not knowing it's long pork. If they own BlackRock, I can assure you that they are untouchable. Yeah, BlackRock's under that umbrella. And see, like, so most of my family that still lives up north, they're still grain farmers. I mean, they deal with cattle too, but their primary source of income is grain. And they're forced to buy Monsanto seeds. And the thing about that is if your seeds, if Monsanto seeds cross rejuvenate with an all natural seed, say your neighbor's property, Monsanto has the legal right to go in and harvest all your crops because you stole their stuff. And that's bullshit. But somehow they got it passed in the legal system where they can do that. That's why you want a very large buffer between you and anybody who has Monsanto seeds because they can legally come in and harvest all your crop if they find just one thing with their patented seeds. So in up north, for the last few years, my family up north grows soybeans and corn. And for the last, 10 years or so, they've been paid every year to burn their crops and not sell it on the market. For the last 10 years. The only time they didn't was during Mr. T's first run. Was the only time they was able to sell their crops. Outside of that 4 years, during the last 10 years, they were paid every single year to burn their crops. Riverside Homestead came out with a video about recalls that no one knows about. It was really interesting. I've never heard of them. Don't purchase Kellogg or Quaker Oats product because it's all Monsanto's. And I hate hearing they took over Quaker Oats. Quaker Oats is a big factory in St. Joe. It employs a lot of people. It used to be good, but I mean, businesses get bought out all the time. They will not only steal your entire crop, but all of your seeds as well. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying. And I can't, like my retirement was going towards Vanguard. Most of my retirement was going towards Vanguard, which I don't like. Vanguard is an evil, evil company that's controlled by BlackRock. And they were at the World Economic Forum talking about how they want to bring in where the government controls everything. And they give you whatever you want. You don't have to buy nothing. They give it to you. But if you do something against them, they can take it away. And as soon as I figured out how I could do it, I took all my retirement, everything I've ever put into Vanguard. I took it out and moved it to other companies. I don't get near the big as a return as I would have keeping it to what it was, but I cannot money going like that. Riverside Homestead. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. I'll just eat fish, shrimp, crabs, and crawfish. So probably so, dude. I love that stuff. Oh, yeah, that's good eating right there. That's good eating. I like my venison. All that. Popular Prepper is good too. I think I've heard of that one. I could be wrong. Oops, I see I missed something here. Has the silos with the logo on it. My dad's family don't live too far from there in St. Joe. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, my family, a lot of my family that grows crops is around the Independence area. I'm just outside of St. Joe. Yeah. I got a lot of kin up in that neck of the woods. Yeah. I don't remember them. I mean, and if I've seen it, I'd probably remember Roxanne, but I just honestly I can't think of it right now. But a couple other things with cryptids I'm wanting to start investigating into. I'm trying to remember now. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. If I see it, I could probably remember it. When it comes to these cryptids, I'm very big at learning. I want to learn everything I can about them. Yeah, I'm wanting to. I need to clear mine out. My problem is my back messed up the way it is. I can't bend over. And the only thing I got that I can use for raised bed is plastic barrels. Bad thing about plastic is plastic has been tied to a lot of obesity, dementia, and stuff like that. That's why they're telling you to go back to stainless steel or glass. And most of the stuff that I drink out of is stainless steel. That's because the microplastics, the dust from the plastic, which plastic is a byproduct of fuel. It literally is they create the gas, and when from that the byproduct is diesel. From that is the byproduct is plastics. That's how you create plastics. Is a byproduct of creating fuel. So it's a crude oil byproduct. That one sounds familiar. That one does sound familiar. But the microplastics coming off of this stuff is permanently damaging people's brains and digestive systems, which is leading to heart attacks, blood clots, obesity, Alzheimer's, dementias. I mean, just all this stuff, especially if it's heated plastic, you're more accessible to it than anything else. So that's why I've got to get my button gear and start getting back around and going back to nothing but glass and stainless plastics. It's expensive to buy chicken feed too because bees and insects steal crop pollens. Yeah, anything organic is extremely expensive, and they made it that way. That's why it's hard for me to do it because it's so expensive. Yeah, most of the stuff I use is stainless camo. Most of the stuff I use. I mean, this is stainless. My tea glass that I forgot in my kitchen is stainless. I mean, all that is stainless. Oh, yeah, I need to learn how. Oh, daggone it jumped on me. I need to learn how to do that. I really need to learn how to do that. Yeah, I want a raised garden. But if I don't have the money to build one, and what materials I have here is, like I said, it's plastic barrels that I can cut in half and create, but it's still plastic barrels. And I don't know if that'll affect the plants or not by me using that. I can't use tires no more because of the way they make tires now. The oils leach out into the roots, gets into the plants. Doug and Stacy have become political over the last year or two. Nate and Narrow Way has not become political yet. Lord Minion gets too many viewers. Yeah, I don't know. Doug and Stacy, that does sound familiar. Truth, current leader of the free world, just changed Washington, D.C. to Washington, D.A. District of America. Oh, I didn't see that. Of course, I haven't been on anything, so that makes sense. Dang, that's interesting. That changes a lot of stuff right there, bro. That changes a lot of stuff right there. They just made it, instead of being its own separate country, it's now part of the U.S., which makes it fall under the rules of the Republic of the United States. That makes me happy. I've got some, and I can get some, which I'm tempted to do it. I still got to get a lot of them because I'd have to break it down and close it off. But that has been one option, which I can get as many as I want from work as we um, get them in, because a lot of our stuff we get at work comes in on pallets. That is one option. Yeah, I mean, definitely, definitely an option. And with me, I'll probably end up filling about half of it with gravel, and then the rest with soil. That way, the roots have room to grow big and large. When you do that, your crops, our crops grow bigger, grow stronger, and produce more. And that's why I keep a lot of earthworms in with my crops, because earthworms create tunnels, which causes the roots to grow, which causes you to have a stronger and more productive plant versus just sticking it in soil. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drainage is happening. Many companies will give you free pallets. Yeah, I need to start looking into that. Yeah, a lot of people are making stuff out of pallets. Yeah. I mean, that is definitely one option, which I got a few out here. So I just got to do things. I mean, um, yeah, they do. Absolutely freaky, they do. And if you put it in that gravel, the gravel does the same thing, because a lot of people don't consider root rot when they're planting. And root rot is a very common thing. And root rot's where water stagnates and stays in the area for a long time. It causes a fungus to grow on the roots, which is called root rot, and it kills your plant. So you have to have ways to irrigate so that you don't have root rot. And that's another thing for earthworms or the gravel, is to help prevent root rot. I mean, galvanized, yeah, that should be fine, Roxanne, I would think. Heck yeah, dead wolf. Oh, that's cool. So DA is going to be back on tonight. Awesome. I haven't been on enough to check that out. And when I was on there earlier, I didn't see it, so he must have got it up and going. That's awesome. But but no, I mean, a lot of this stuff that we do, I'm wanting to see how the cryptid universe deals with it as well. And so, I mean, it's going to be some interesting studies. Did you hear the hammerhead worm? Yeah, I knew that. I know of that. That has been found in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Apparently, it is a harmful. It is. I didn't know it's harmful to earthworms, but yeah, I knew. I've seen pictures of that hammerhead worm. That thing is straight alien looking. Hey, Bounty, how's it going? Don says you have to watch using pallets because they treat on one can beach and soul. You have to watch using pallets because the treated one can bleach the soul. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the ones we get at work ain't treated. Um, so I mean, that's the good thing about it. But yeah, you're right. You got to keep an eye on that. Okay. Thanks, Roxanne. Even if you don't have a container to use for a raised bed, just pile newspaper with grass clippings and other stuff till it's the height you want. Stop off with compost and compound. Yeah, and that one thing is I need to get some stuff built because I'm wanting to make my own soil too. Like I just lost my spot. They do help with that. I've used them to create hog pens and stuff like that. I mean, I used them to create a lot of stuff. Dang, yeah, that's what William was saying. Yeah. Hey, Will, man. Oh, top of the hour. Thank you, Roxanne. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, Freaky. Yeah, I remember that. Says top of the hour. Let's see. Let's being he's going back on today. Let's get a little deep. Well, I don't know if it was working on your end because it wasn't working on mine. There we go, my internet crap again. Hold on, let me try this again. My end, it's not popping up. There, that worked on my end. Let me get back up here so I can. If you're looking for some good books to read, you can find DA's books on Amazon. Type in d.a.roberts. Join his fan page, much like you do with me on my Amazon. And any time he or I releases a new book, it will let you know if you join our fan page, our author's fan page. You can also find him on YouTube at DAX Machina Podcast. He's put out some really good books. He's got some interesting stuff happening right now, but he's got some good books that he produces. So I make in YouTube for your information. I created that music, so that's 100% mine, licensed to me. It's my music, so you can't ding me on that. I used old horse water tanks for raised beds from when I used to raise horses. Yeah, I mean, I've got old 55-gallon drums I've cut in half and welded stands under as waters, cattle waters. You can repurpose a lot of stuff. It was on, okay, it wasn't showing up on my end, so that's why I put it again. When I put it up the second time, it was showing up on my end. Take 50-gallon drum, put water halfway, then add all your grass clippings from the yard, seal it. Then 6 months later, you have the best liquid garden food. Take all your you got to aerate it and you got to be able to rotate it, but you can take any kind of waste, animal waste, food scraps, vegetation clippings and stuff like that, and throw in there. As long as you can rotate it from every now and then, you can allow some air to get to it. You literally have black gold, or what we like to call black gold, not oil, but pure 100% grade A topsoil. And that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. So, and, if I wasn't, well, I mean, after this year, I guess it wouldn't matter. I've been debating on turning my my bathrooms into waste gathering bathrooms just for that as well. You can make fish emulsion by putting all your fish guts, heads, etc. Do something. Look at it. Yeah, so I've done that for a long time, Carl. I've actually done that because we were so poor that we lived off of fish for so long because it was the cheapest way to get food was go out and catch fish. So we would take the heads and the guts and we'd dig a hole in the ground. We'd put the one or two seeds in that fish head, and we'd bury it up in the soil, and that's how we grow a lot of our plant. I am, but I'm on my own separate one, Firewater. Yeah, I'm on. I got a septic tank out here, but I'm not. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm not on no city or anything. It's just mine. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Carl, and that is extremely effective. In fact, that's an old Native American trick. Using fish heads and stuff like that for your gardens. You grow some really, you produce a lot of stuff by doing it that way. I didn't know about that one. I mean, I heard something about a volcano, but I didn't know it was Alaska. That you know what? Didn't they start talking about that last week, William? Now that I think about it, I think that was one I heard last week about the Alaska volcano getting ready to spew its liquid melting soup of death. But yeah, I'm wanting a way that I can catch, my own waste and start turning that into soil. 55-gallon drum, another drum, one inside another. Type setup, burn wood into charcoal for garden works. Yeah, all my ashes from my wood stove goes in my garden. Yeah. I watch a video of people stocking up before it erupts. That's okay. So I think that's the one I heard about last week. I mean, I could be wrong, but I remember something now about Alaska and a volcano. I was thinking it was last week I heard about that. But yeah, like when I clean out a chicken coop, that's got a special spot that goes out in my woods and sets for a year. So the nitrogen, because it's so rich in nitrogen, it'll fry your plants. So you want it to set for at least a year to knock some of that nitrogen down. But I mix that in with my garden. I take the ashes from my wood stove. I mix that in with my garden. I keep earthworms all the time. Yeah, it was Alaska Skywatcher channel. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you, bro. Um, but yeah, that is huge, and that's people don't like snow. But the thing is about snow, snow is a multi-purpose ordeal. It helps get rid of insects, keep insect population down, but it provides a lot of nitrogen that your plants need. Snow is extremely important. Not only that, like I got an artesian well. So my well, there's like certain sinkhole areas that have access to lower aquifer where my well is. So it's harder to fill than the upper aquifer is. So I depend on rain. I depend on snow to help keep that lower aquifer filled so I continually have water. We were so far out of the city that we didn't have garbage service once a month. We had a tiny can of waste. All other was taken to the recycling to burn. Wow. Yeah, we used to take our scrap food that we didn't eat. We'd feed it to our hogs. All our galvanized drums. My boyfriend makes Faraday cages. The big ones and the little ones. That's interesting. You can make your own soap from your. I'm actually one of the things I'm getting ready to learn how to do. Get the animal fat and the ash to make my own soap. I'm actually looking at doing that. I've been kind of looking into that. Yeah, I'm trying to go as self-sustaining as possible. And I'm a carnivore. I'm going to always eat meat. So whatever I can grow out here to eat and whatever I can hunt to eat, not only grow vegetable wise, but also gather vegetable wise and fruits. I'm going to be doing it. It is there. What do you mean, Trisha? Did I miss something? I think I missed something. If I did, I apologize. Compost, your unlikely liked relatives or mother-in-laws for entertainment purposes only. Those wells are going to dry up when the earthquake predicted hits the Missouri area. I know the strongest earthquake that ever hit the United States happened here in Missouri, and it ran the Mississippi River backwards for 3 days and rang the bells of Maine. That happened in 1865, if I remember right, is when that happened. I think it was late 1800s or late 1700s. One of the two is when that happened. That was the strongest earthquake to ever hit the United States. I make my own lotions and lip oil and lip balm and lipstick. I like buying my our lip balm from the bee lady we get our honey from. She makes homemade lip balm from the honey. I love that stuff. That's better than anything you get out of the store. Potatoes can be grown in straw bales. Yes, they can. Absolutely, they can. Yep. Absolutely. Good round bale makes a good bow target, too. If you have a chance to build a small or large greenhouse, it will be priceless soon. I'm actually want to gather enough glass doors and glass windows to build one, Carl. I've been trying to save up as much stuff as I can to build me one. Yeah, yeah. It's probably 20 years overdue, William. It was supposed to have went off 20 years ago. But yeah, I mean that is Missouri sits on the biggest fault line in the world, and when it goes, it goes. And the way that Yellowstone has been acting here lately makes me wonder if it ain't fixing to go too. Yellowstone's been doing some pretty interesting stuff. You get your yeah. I mean, the lady I call her the bee lady. That's where I get my natural honey from. She makes that stuff. So I mean that's where I get mine. It helps a local business person. Plus, I get what I want, and it's natural. So I mean, it's a win-win. But I want to raise my own bees. The problem is I'm definitely allergic to bees. I don't know if I still am, but I used to be, and that's been the one thing holding me up from getting my own bees is the fact that I'm definitely allergic to them. Oh man, if they go off at the same time, that's going to be catastrophic. That's going to be catastrophic. Oh yeah. But see, and that's another thing too is there is so many reports of Bigfoots raiding beehives, and the fact that I know for a fact I have a family group out here because I mean I've got enough evidence. I've even showed you all the evidence. Are they going to raid my beehive? I did help my brother on his tree with stuff, and he built a greenhouse and came in handy with this winter eating strawberries. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, greenhouses are the way to go, and I'm going to end up having one. I will have one. When Yellowstone blows, everyone may as bend over. Yeah, no shit. Me think Mother Nature is a little upset with what we have been done to. Yeah, she's known to, when she loses her temper, she's been known to cure things. Bigfoot Reaping Podcast. Prepping Podcast. Oh, yeah. Large pressure cook can jars. Canning is easier than you think. I've done it for decades. That's one thing I wish I learned from mom before mom left this realm was to actually learn how to do it. But I've got a lot of her stuff to do it. I need to make sure my kids haven't lost everything to it. If they haven't, and I've got the stuff to learn how to can, I just got to figure it out. It seems simple. My biggest deal with canning is preservatives that you put in there is the same thing you get out of stores. So you're not really helping yourself. You're hindering yourself because you're still putting preservatives in your body. So my biggest thing is I'm trying to figure out how I can without putting all those damn preservatives in there. I know there's a way to smoke meat where you can it, and it keeps for 15 years or 25 years. I can't remember. I think it's 15 years. You can smoke a meat and keep it that way, but I can't remember if you got to have preservatives in with that as too. So I got a natural way of preserving it without putting the preservatives that you buy from the store in it. That is one thing that I've been trying to learn that I just haven't got a chance to do it. Every time I get around to doing it, I get sidetracked. Yeah, I mean that's one thing I've done, and I've read some books, but sadly, I haven't found anything that's old school. It's all been, well, you can buy this here and buy this here and put this in there. I'm like, that's not what I'm wanting. Yeah, you can. I've heard the boiling it, but from what I was told, from what I've learned, or so that you smoke it, and that's the best way to do it is to smoke it. That's the most effective way to do it. But I've heard people saying they've boiled meat and canned it and kept it. Just the one that keeps the longest and the best has been a smoke, and that's why I'm kind of looking into that. 1 tablespoon of honey contains everything that the body needs to live aside from water. Do not use metal. It destroys your honey. You don't use preservatives when canning. Um, yeah, so everything I've ever known about canning is preservatives. That's why I don't. No, use only your grown vegetables and fruit from your property. It works, but little here, little there. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm wanting to do. But Mom always threw the preservatives in there, and everything I've ever seen, even the books, it says throw these preservatives. I was like, I don't want to throw preservatives in there. I mean, mix your clippings and compost with fish waste and chicken poop waste together and let it set for a year. Hell yeah. I'm looking into smoking meat, fish, and homemade sausage. Hell yeah, Carl. Hell yeah. Yeah, which I've got one. I just need to make sure I've got everything that I have for it because my daughters, hey, Larry, my daughters think that they have free access to anything around here, and that stuff ends up disappearing. Now, I have been looking at vacuum sealing, which I've got certain foods vacuum sealed and stored away. I do have that, but I need to get a new vacuum sealer. But I was doing that for a very long time. In fact, I've got, I think it's like 10 or 20 pounds, maybe 50 pounds of honey saved back, bricks of honey. I have to look at it. I can't remember how much it is now. Amish boil their meat. Oh, crap, Carl. Just ignore the last comment. Yeah, I need. That's actually some good people to go to. I didn't even think about that. All right, I need to get a new grill. Mine went to shit, and I don't have a way to grill, and I've been jonesing. I need a new grill. I got to come up with money for a new grill. The only preservative that I've ever used when canning is salt, and only salt. I remember Mom putting salt in there. I do remember that. But I could have swore she had this box that said preservatives, but I could be wrong. I've only kind of faintly watched her do it. Okay, that is a look of you done something you weren't supposed to do. So what'd you do? I know that look. Wait, hey, come on, dude. Where we at? God dang it, you're tearing stuff up again, dude. Okay. That was an I'm guilty look. So what'd you do? Oh, besides you just farted. Oh my God, dude. Oh. Maybe it was just salt she used. I could have sworn she had a box. Unless that box of preservatives was for the homemade jelly. Dude, Larry, thank you so much, dude. You're badass. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Pectin, salt, and pickling spices. Yeah, Mom used to make homemade pickles. I need to get back into doing that. I need to learn how to do that. How to tell real honey from fake honey is 1 tablespoon. Add enough water to cover, swirl around. Real honey leaves a orange octagon shape. The fake will be wavy. Yes, yeah, Bounty, yeah. Folks, nothing happens overnight, but I'm still working on areas of improvement and growth. Stevia in your garden, lots of it's 10 times better than the junk. Yeah, that's one thing we need to get back into doing. I mean, it's not just me, but I mean, y'all do what you want to do, but I recommend all of us get back into doing this. Getting your own gardens. I like heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds ain't corrupted. They're natural seeds. I like heirloom seeds. You get some natural seeds. Do your own gardening, and get back to what we used to do. It's like, I'm really good at growing this, but my neighbor's really good at growing this. So I'll grow this. He grows that. We swap some stuff where we both have this stuff. We need to get back into that way of life. I'm a big believer in that. Hey, Moncia, Moxley. I got to do it. I still mess that up. Moxley. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I want to definitely need to learn how to do that. Very executive producer strikes again. yes, Larry, the executive producer strikes again. Hell yeah, man. Larry's badass, dude. Definitely. I don't remember what Steva is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I gotta get some money saved up because like my tea jars are plastic, and I need to get away from that. I need to get back to glass, or man, I wish I had the setup where I could make my own pottery. Make my own pottery. I'd love to be able to get to do that. Mom used to do that. Mom used to make pottery stuff. In fact, there was a place in St. Joe when we lived up there that she used to go to once a week and made pottery stuff. But I mean, if I can get back to making that stuff there, I mean, going back to natural. Okay. See, I was thinking stevia was that artificial sweetener that people use in drinks when they're diabetic. That's why when I hear stevia, that's what my brain goes to. Make the salted lemon for colds and sore throat. Yeah, for one thing I like to do, but for like coughs and sore throats, is I'll take a shot or two of whiskey, some of the strongest whiskey I can get, and I mix that with a tablespoon or two of honey, a shot or two of lemon juice, and you mix it up real good. Put some ground ginger in it, a tablespoon of ground ginger. Mix that up. It's the same thing as like what you're doing for a hot toddy, but if you make it more of a liquid form, it's good. Get more of a syrupy form. It's good. It's good for sore throat and coughs. I'll have to look into that, Steva. Raising chicken. Yeah, I've got to rebuild my chicken coop, but the price of lumber is so freaking high right now. Demiria, hello. Did I not say hi to you? Hey, Demiria. Um, the price of lumber is so high right now that I've had to put my rebuilding my chicken coop on standby. I save my glass jars from the store, my food, and but in fridge it tastes better. Yeah, I need to start getting back into doing that. I need to get rid of all this plastic at my house. Don't buy Steve in stores; it's not good for you. So that is what. Okay, I was thinking that sounded familiar. Okay, thank you for clarifying that because I was thinking that. Ever have sugar and salt and pepper? No, I don't think I ever. I mean, I've had them, but not together. To sell in grocery stores in so many decades. Oh wow! See, I've been using honey instead of using sugar when I'm baking stuff. I use honey instead of sugar. No worries, Dawn. Um, but yeah, so I mean, but the thing is too. I mean, like I was talking about earlier, when we get back to doing this stuff, when you got cryptids in the area, they like that stuff too. So you have to take that into consideration. So does the wildlife. I mean, most of your wildlife you can protect your crops from. You ain't going to keep it from Big Hairy Brother. For cooking, butchering paper wouldn't last on cooking, though. Butchering paper would burn up quick. For throat, it's a distinctive taste, huh? Yeah, I mean, if I tried to cook with butchering paper, that'd burn. I know with aluminum foil, you don't use the dull side; you use the shiny side because the dull side will let out toxins in your food. Yeah, yeah, me too. I mean, that's which I just my daughter used up the last of my honey, so I've got to go buy some more. Usually about once a month, once every other month, I've got to buy a new jar of it. Use it for some briskets. Man, I just throw my briskets on the grill. Oh, parchment paper. I seen butcher's paper. So did I read that wrong? I may have read that wrong. Parchment paper. I'll have to look into that. I know if you use cheese, you're making your homemade adult beverages, use cheesecloth. So when a food collapse happens, your jars, canners, pressure cookers, and food select will probably be more than, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Them things would be a lifesaver. Huh. I've never done it. Anytime I've ever had butcher paper around a fire, it's always burned up. So, yeah, I've been looking at that too. I mean, I love my dehydrator. Uh, my daughter's lost the components too, so I got to figure out where they're all at so I can get back to dehydrating stuff. But yeah, naturally, you got to be careful in the natural way because you can, if it doesn't dehydrate in a good amount of time, then you can get mold growing on it. I didn't know that fire water. Huh. Use cheese wrap to wrap your hams in for smoking. Yeah, man, I've always just put mine right on the. Well, I don't put it over the fire. I got the fire, and I got my ham on the other side so it doesn't get direct heat. And throw my smoke bomb in there, and um, I can see that because I mean that cheesecloth would hold a lot of that moisture in. Huh? You know that dog came in here, laid at my feet, farted, went outside, went to the bathroom. You couldn't have farted out there. You had to do it right under my desk. Hi, diaries. You know um, that's not a bad idea, honestly. Oh, do you? Huh. 190 proof. I'm thinking, ooh, white lightning. Oh, yeah, yeah. So I always like to smoke mine, so I always put it off. Like I'll have all my charcoal on one side of the grill, and then I'll put my meat that I'm smoking on the other. That way I get the heat in there, and then I make that smoke bomb. I throw that smoke bomb on there, and just smoke the hell out of it. You have 5 bottles. Ooh, white lightning. Wandering. No, I was talking to Boar. Boar's being Boar. Can get herbs and make salves, and yeah, I'm wanting to learn how to do that too. Yeah, stock up on. Yeah, I mean, I don't use propane. I use charcoal. When I'm grilling, I don't like propane. I like charcoal when I grill. Used to cure hams and then smoke them in the smoke. Yeah, I'm wanting to build a smokehouse. Yeah, I've got a lot of. I don't know if I got it here over here or not. My daughter likes to take off my stuff. Yeah. Wrong one. I keep stuff like this on hand. I've got a Native American one right here somewhere. Uh, might be down in the old trailer, but yeah, I like to keep that stuff in hand because I'm trying to go back to all natural as possible. Yeah, they do. Well, they used to. Nowadays, it's synthesized. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this stuff is good tips to use, especially with. I mean, even if the shit don't hit the fan, this is still good stuff to know, and it's good to get back to. Yeah, I want a smokehouse. As soon as I can get, as soon as the prices of stuff goes down, where I can start affording buying things, I'm building a smokehouse. Definitely, definitely, Larry. Charcoal's the only way to go. When your catfish take a piece of lady stocking, but you're still paid for old liver, etc. Yeah, and the small pieces of the stocking tied to the hook. Yep. I've actually used pantyhose for holding that stuff in several times. It works. It works really good. Yeah, dude, Larry, smokehouses are. If you can get a smokehouse, that's top notch stuff right there. Now, I mean, there's different ways of smoking for different purposes. In a smokehouse, you can do whatever purpose you need. Is how you is the type of fire you make to make your smoke. Yeah, William, 100 on that. Yeah, have breathing problems, but my his plant is eucalyptus plant is in shower area. Oh yeah, it gets moist and releases into the air while you shower. I never thought about having one of those in the shower area. Make your own Vicks with it, and it's good for cuts and stuff too. Use a petroleum product to mix. Huh. Oh, I love the hickory wood. Yeah, I love the hickory wood. But this is like I said, this is all stuff. Yeah, get set up in case the shit hits the fan. You got no other choice. But at the same time, think about it. This is stuff that's practical that we should be doing every day. It's stuff that our ancestors have done that would be good to get back into doing. I mean, really, honestly, it is. So, I'm that's why I want to so bad. Mix to make your own chef vapors. Yeah, uh, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised that Fort Ryan's is for a little while. Whenever I left the Marines and went to the Army, I was down in Fort Benning, Georgia. And then when my unit came back from Iraq, I was one of my unit got disbanded, and I was one of the lucky few that got out of Georgia, and I went up to Fort Riley, Kansas. You'll actually be surprised how many cryptids are in central Kansas. I'm telling you, Tricia, you would be surprised. Campfire for Vicks with eucalyptus oil and sage. There you go. Yeah, I can tell you now, there is a lot more cryptids, and especially Dogman. Hey, Kyle, no worries. Especially Dogman in Kansas. There's a lot of that stuff in Kansas. I was going to say I wouldn't bet on it. Cryptids are everywhere. Yeah, yeah. I was stationed in Fort Riley for a couple of years, and about 3 years. And I can tell you firsthand, there is a shit ton of cryptids in Kansas. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Oh god, yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I like applewood too, but hickory is my go-to. Hickory is definitely my go-to. Applewood is good, but if I had to choose between one or the other, definitely hickory. Hands down, hickory. Yeah. Yeah, Carl, we are. Oh man. But no, I mean that's something for us to think about, man. Uh, and it's good that we can get on something like this here and share our ideas. I mean, it gives me stuff to look into. You know, I wish I wasn't as beat up as I am because it'd be a lot easier. Man, I wish I had the body I had when I was 20. Oh my god, I was carrying trees on my shoulders and stuff like that up freaking valleys and stuff. I try to do that now. I'll cry like a little baby curled up on the floor. There's deer taste less gamey when smoked. So one of the good ways to get a gamey taste out of deer is you let it hang in your tree for about 3 or 4 days. Get a good bleed on it, a good age. But you want the temperatures no higher than 42 degrees and no lower than 34. Somewhere between 34 and 42 degrees is primal for aging your venison, and that'll get rid of a lot of that gamey taste. Get a good bleed and age on it. Yeah, they've been over me for a little while. Care of without me. Yeah, that's really really important to that. Another way you could do it is to soak it in buttermilk. Of course, I've always had better luck with it aging in a tree for about 3 or 4 days, but buttermilk will it down too. Soak her for about 24 hours in buttermilk. That's another way there, Roxanne. Yep. Get white tensions or out white streaks. Yep. It does. It doesn't. It's not near as effective as an age or a bleed, but buttermilk will cut it down. I wish I could have any other body at this point, dude. Yeah, yeah. Dude, Dead Wolf, right? I mean, I was like, dude, I was immortal when I was 20. Now I'm paying the price at my age. Yeah, that's one thing I have to worry about. I've been fortunate. They don't mess with my stuff in my trees here as of yet. I don't know if that's because they know once I'm done, I've got a certain area that I take the carcasses to, and that's fair game for them. Because I whatever I don't use, I give back to Mother Earth or Mother Nature, and I share with my animal. I share with my brothers and sisters of the woods. So I have a certain area that every time I'm done harvesting, that I take the remains to, and 9 times out of 10, the remains won't last more than a day there. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, right there. I just let mine hang outside. Yeah, a good age, a good bleed on it is crucial on anything. And you can even take this biblically if you wanted to. In the Bible, it says God don't says don't cook the meat in its own milk. It's not talking about milk. It's talking about blood. So you want to get the blood out of it. You want to get a good bleed on anything that you harvest. What did I miss on there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to inject venison roast with applesauce. Yeah, I know a lot of people's done that to take out some of the gamey flavor. Yeah, I've known people do that too. Yeah, yeah, that is one way of doing it. I've heard them doing it with applesauce and apple juice. I've seen them do it. Yeah, tequila makes more than that happen for me. Me and tequila ain't friends. We are not friends. Nope, nope. I am not a tequila person. Got a buddy that takes wild hogs and cuts them up and puts them in coolers with ice and water and salt and gets rid of. That is, if you can't get a good age or bleed on them, Don, that is absolutely another way. Thank you for bringing that up because I forgot about that. That is actually a way to get a good bleed. It won't get a good age on it, but it will get a good bleed on it, and that's cold water with salt. Well, usually what I have to do is I run a hose into my cooler and I keep the salt in there. And then I put the meat in it and I just kind of let that water slowly flow in there. So it's always pushing fresh, cold water into it and pushing out the bloody water out. Table dancing with a glass of wine. Yeah. Yeah, tequila brings out a part of me that I like to keep hidden. Tequila is not my friend. Don't eat animals with their life blood still in it. Dad was a butcher and made blood pudding and other blood foods. No, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the Bible says don't cook your meat in the animal's milk, and that's what it means is the blood. Your blood is the milk. It's the life force. Yep, salt and cold water. Yep, it won't age it, but it'll give a bleed to it. Tequila makes the girl go round and round and round and round, and then all of a sudden it goes out. Tequila is not good. Tequila is not good. So that's why I keep my garden hose in there, Don. Is you put it on a slow flow, it keeps the salt in there, but all the bloody water comes up and comes out. So you're keeping clean, fresh, clean, cold water in there when you're doing that. That's why I do that way. Malk. What's malk? I don't know what malk is. Like and cheerfully. Oh yeah, Larry, thank you. But yeah. I mean, Don, you're absolutely right. That's one way to bleed it. But aging your meat is very important too, and people seem to forget about aging your meat. That is crucial, crucial when it comes to your meat. Oop, did I miss something? AMFs. Oh. Who in the chat loves crawfish and crabs? Hell yeah. Man, there ain't nothing wrong with a good crawfish. Or crabs. Both of those. I like crawfish. Yeah, fake milk. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the first things I do is I gut it. I gut it, take the hide off, and I let it age. I let it bleed and age. The thing about leaving the hide on there is the hide will hold in heat. So you want to take that hide off too when you gut it. That way that air can get to it and you can get that age on. You can have a chance of spoiling your meat quicker by leaving the hide on it. I didn't know that. That's a good know. Danger, Will Robertson. Danger. Yeah. I got I drink my mead, my shine. I like my wild turkey. I'm just not much of a whiskey person anymore. Dude, you're lucky. You lucky. Dude, crawfish is where it's at, man. Get some crawfish tails and some garlic butter. I mean, even crab and garlic butter. Woo wee! That's some mighty fine eats right there. Mm. Sea urchin. Oh, ooh. Oh no, I've never tried that. Wait, never mind. I was thinking sea cucumber. Shit, mud bugs are the way to go, Don. Come on, mud bugs are awesome. This is the place to learn military and backwoods survival, dude. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, Snyder. I mean, you get think about it. Your military and your backwoods survival, it's all the same. I mean, we learned how to survive out in the woods. You know, heck yeah. I just sent all that typing. Dang it! If you didn't say it there. Heck yeah, man. So that's actually, yeah. I mean, I know we're talking about crawfish or mud bug or crawdad, whatever it is you want to call them. I'm just used to calling them crawfish, but mud bug is another name for them here too. Uh, a lot of people don't realize, like your beef, you should never cook your beef full. If you cook your beef all the way, it releases a toxin. It's not good for you. Beef should be at the very most a medium rare, at the very most. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's mud bug, crawfish, crawdad, freshwater lobster. I mean, you got to think that's what a crawfish is. A crawfish is a freshwater lobster. For those that don't know, don't go looking in the mountains for mountain oysters. You want mountain oysters. There is freshwater oysters, but yeah. Yeah, don't go to mountain looking for mountain oysters. You're not going to find mountain oysters in the mountains. Wait till deballing season on your hogs or your cattle. That's where you find your mountain oysters. No, I mean even oysters, I don't like them raw, but yeah, I'm not big on that either. Dude, chocolate covered ants are awesome. Exactly. Bizarre and the unknown on full rights to channel claims fair use. Hell yes. Don't like the blood in the hamburger. No, no, you want to get a blood. The thing is that stuff, that what you think is blood that you're getting from the store, that's not blood. That is the fake dye that they inject into the meat. It's not blood. That's fake dye. I will not and cannot, and I won't ever try raw snot rockets again. Raw oysters. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that. What? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, you nailed that one on the head. That's exactly what it's right. Oh, daggone it! You reminded me, and I forgot to put that on there. Yes, thank you for that, Roxanne. I got tied up with DA and forgot to add that on there. I've got to get in the tub after the wife got an idea going to get difference between never let her Oh man, oysters ain't bad. I like an oyster stew, but raw, no, no, I can't do it raw. In Mexico, there are types of food in some villages that put a type of insect that flies with other things in the tortilla. Yeah, I mean, candy, grasshoppers, and stuff like I've had all that. It's good stuff. A shot of tequila, one shot of vodka, one shot of gin, and Cruco and Sprite. I like them with Red Bull instead of Sprite. They will mess you up. Oh man. Oh, now I gotta try that. Then it wasn't done right, Blue. Scorpion, if it's done right, is pretty good. It really is good. But yeah, if it ain't done right, yeah, it tastes like dirt. Yeah, yeah, I'll give you that. Hey, David, just got home, signed on, and get on the screen. Last week it was farts. Hey, we get some interesting conversations on here, man. Uh, oh man, I used to, a little downside to me. I used to be a very bad alcoholic, a really really bad alcoholic. Bad enough the Marine Corps put me in rehab. I was a bad alcoholic. And I spent a year learning how to control the alcohol. And probably the best thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, I like to drink. I still like to drink. I just learned how to control it. Oh, Long Island iced teas, man. I love them and pina coladas. I love Long Island's and pina coladas. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we use Hawaiian fruit punch. Yep. Right here. Hey, Melissa. What are you digging at? Don't be digging a hole in that pillow. Don't look at me like that. You don't need to dig a hole in that pillow. Sorry. Fruit punch or jungle juice, they call it. Yeah. Yeah. Get some gin and some fruit punch. Boy. Boy. That's an interesting night. I can honestly say you started that one tonight, William. I can't back you up on this one. You started that one tonight. I'll be trying to trade Rudolph. I'll be trying to trade Ralph out of a bucket. Yeah. Oh God, puke and rally. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. uh, I can see that taking place too. Yeah. There's a drink that is made with wild turkey that is made around the holiday. Yeah, eggnog. Now I'm not going to be nice to Ferret Dog. Ferret Dog don't need to be digging holes in pillows. He's got to learn. You want to come up and say hi to everybody? Come here. Yeah, boy. Come up and say hi to everybody. Huh? Yes, my boy. Yes, my boy. Yeah, you're stinky, but you're my boy. Let me give you a bath. You've been eating something you ain't supposed to. I can smell this. There you go. Say hi to everybody. It'd take me 3 days to hold it up. Hell yeah. Oh, crap. We're at 153 already. Research has me quit. Research has shown me that champagne and we do not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I've usually mix shine or wild turkey in with my dog. Yeah. Sit still, buddy. I'm talking to you. I'm talking. Arr, arr, arr. It's made in a special like punch bowl with oh yeah. It's something that is made a lot of 100 years. Well, I mean, you can take take that mixed with your fruit punch and some sherbet. That's good stuff too. Tom and Jerry. Oh God, I ain't heard that in a while. Yeah, God, man, I don't even remember the last time I had one of those. I mean, we've had our bathtub gin, bathtub fruit gin. I think it's also called bathtub fruit punch. Yeah, we used to drink that a lot when I was younger too. Get a bunch of fruit, throw it in a bathtub, and just dump in a shit ton of different alcohols and fruit juices. And, oh yeah, we used to keep an old bathtub in the back of somebody's pick 'em up truck that we cleaned out with the power washer, and we sealed it up. And that was the bathtub gin tub. I mean, we dumped moonshine, wild turkey, gin, um, moonshine, wild turkey, gin, Jack, Evan Williams, Everclear, um, all a butt ton of fruit punch, and then you slice up a bunch of fruits and throw it in there and let it ferment for a day. You keep ice in it, and then you go out to the river and party. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's straight jack your world up. It will jack you up. Jungle juice. Yeah, that's another. I think that's another name for it. Yeah. Yes, William. We can don't. Yeah. Ursa, I believe you're right. I think that was another name for it. It was jungle juice. Yeah, God, that'll jack you up. How does anyone get? Anyone drink gin? Oh God, yeah. Oh God, we used to get tore up from that. Don't move if you're drinking punch setting. When it goes up, they'll hand on your butt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that stuff will jack you up. Oh, I know. I like spiced rum. I do like spiced rum. Yeah, cocktails. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you want to get tore up from the floor up, man. You make some of that in the bathtub. Hey, I like my shine. I like my shine. I've woken up in a freaking hula dress and coconut bras before, not knowing how I got in them. Yeah, yeah. I love my shine. I love my shine. What are you sniffing? Yeah, I love spiced rum. I have to do the Captain Morgan pose every time I get to drink and some of that. You got to have the Captain Morgan pose. Oh God, jeez. Now I'm wanting some damn bathtub gin. Oh, dude, you got to think how much alcohol is in one of those. Yeah, it'll rock your world. I've woken up naked in the middle of a river somewhere and don't know how in the hell I got there. Or where the hell my clothes went. I had to drive home naked before because I lost my clothes. That's a bad biz. That will cause you, if you want to forget your day, drink that. You will forget your day. You'll forget about existence, period. Oh man. Captain Coke. I'm just not a Coke person, man. When Coke changed their syrup, I can't stand Coke. I'm just not a Coke guy. Yeah, you drink gin and you drink that bathtub gin or that jungle juice, whatever it is you want to call it. You get to drinking that, you'll swear you were seeing gins. Yeah, gins are probably that's probably how gins are made. And I know you're thinking that when you're drinking it, because man, everything goes to hell. I saw a drunk horse years ago. It was the funniest darn thing. Oh, I've seen my dog drunk before. That was hilarious. I thought she died. Smacked into a tree, fell over sideways. I was like, oh, my dog died. And then about 5 minutes later, she gets up, shakes her head, and wobbles over. Yeah, good times. Yeah. 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 You forget everything with that stuff. Yeah. 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 Oh my God. But it tastes so good. And that's the thing that gets you. It tastes so good. Oh. Oh yeah. Captain is good. Captain Morgan is good. Yeah. I always gotta do the Captain Morgan pose. Thank you, Roxanne. Hey DA, speak of the devil. How you going, bro? We were talking about bathtub jungle juice, bathtub gin. We were talking about that. Oh my gosh, yeah, memories, just memories of that. Yeah, dude. I mean, moonshine goes good with everything. We used to be able to take our drinks into the school. So what I'd do is either mix my wild turkey 101 or my shine. I'd mix it in with my coffee or my orange juice, whatever I was drinking that day, and I'd go to school drinking. Yeah, we're all glad you're back on, Da. Yeah, we're all glad you're back on. But so yeah, I mean it's fun time, but it's we don't get together like that like we used to. I mean, you remember that was the thing to do back when we was younger. Now everybody wants to be on these damn celly phones or video games. Man, the time of going out to the lakes and having a good time or the rivers and having a good time, um, it's virtually gone. I remember as a kid was at a family get together and ate all the fruit out of the cocktail of my punch. Oh my god, yeah, that will jack your world up. Hell yeah. Oh, my chat just jumped on me. We've all been going through some withdrawals. Hell yeah. Yeah. Come on, man, work for me here. There we go. The girls and I used to drink beach. Oh god. We would buy the first round, and all the guys in the house would be sending them to a table. They must they must be drunk in a special way. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. But I mean, think about it. I mean, do we ever like bonfires? Man, we used to kick it around bonfires all the time and stuff like that, and people just don't do it no more. It's God, it's stuff. It's great memories, but people. I mean, we need to get back together as a community doing that type of stuff, man. Get around a bonfire, have a few drinks, tell some stories, tell some jokes, man. Kick it at the lake or at the river. I mean, we've all gotten away from it. I mean, we really have. I remember when they used to. I won't say. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, Kyle, definitely, man. Yeah, Da. I mean, it's just that was good fellowship. And if you actually look at the core value, even though it was partying and was having a good time, it was good fellowship, man. I mean, it was smoking and joking, having a good time. There was laughter, there was horse playing, there was just you didn't have the stress of the world's on your shoulder, man. It was just you were free, man. That's what it was about. It was about being free, and it was like the greatest feeling in the world. When I was younger, I could finish a fifth of tequila on a Friday night, and man, I've drank myself sober a time or two. Yeah, roll around on the ground. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Da 100, man, 100. We definitely need to get back to doing that stuff again. Think about all the history and the knowledge and just the joy that we miss out from not doing that stuff no more. Yeah, and then that's the thing; they can't. Yeah, 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 yeah. We do. Yeah, man, dude. I used to have an 8-foot bed that never had to be made. I mean, they don't make them no more, but I did. Yeah, I mean, I slept in the bed of my truck. We'll just leave it. I slept in the bed of my truck many a times, many times. Yeah. I remember that. I miss the days of 8-foot beds on trucks, man. It was. It literally was an 8-foot bed that never had to be made. Uh, my damn mouse is freezing up on me. Yeah. I was complaining to my wife that all the people we know are so lazy because they come up with more reasons why they can't do a bonfire or go camping. And I know, man. When I met my wife, I was drinking a minimum of a fifth of whiskey a day. Oh man, God, yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's good. It's like I was saying earlier. I used to be a bad enough alcoholic. The Marine Corps put me in rehab. I mean, that was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Greatest thing that ever happened to me. Now I know how to control it. I was never that tough a fifth. God, I used to drink. I'd go through. Before I went to rehab, I was averaging on a day when I can get a full days of drinking in about 2 cases of beer, a couple bottles of wild turkey, and maybe a bottle or 2 of wine. Watching the sunrise after drinking all night, best time, dude. Yeah. So there you go, Dead Wolf. Yeah, I mean that's the way to be right there. Bad back, then they're hurting and get cold. Yeah. Okay, lights out. We all need to regress back in time to simpler day. Dude, yeah, I mean, it is. I know we got started on cryptids, but honestly, this does kind of play with it because your peace of mind. I mean, look at all those people that have a peace of mind and respect and look at the activities they have. It kind of plays with it. I mean, I'll swing it that way. My BFF and her hubby had a huge bonfire barbecue every summer. Kids had to leave before 10 p.m. because people would start getting. I have never partaked in bonfires like that. I spent many a night in the bed of my truck. I kept sleeping bag rolled up. Yeah, I keep it blanket. I kept a horse blanket in my truck. Honestly, I had a horse blanket and a jacket, and I'd roll the jacket up for a pillow and cover up in that horse blanket. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Yeah. I missed something that William said here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. By the time I get done drinking one night, I was a cryptid. Yeah, David. I woke up and swear to God I was a drogger. Yeah, I missed them to take off and go to ride on a motorcycle and camp on the side of the road. Yeah. No one, oh God, man, you know how many times I've done that? I've purposely kept a tarp on my bike. And I would lay my tarp out, run my bike over the tarp, and then run that tarp over a bike and make me a shelter half. Oh God, yeah. I used to keep sleeping. My ISO mat and I'd keep a good horse blanket and a tarp, and that's what I slept on. I've done that. Yeah. If I was, I plead the fifth. Guilty. But we're over our 2-hour mark. Yeah, that's a good conversation though. Man, time flies when we get to talking about good stuff. So a couple things I want to point out. Make sure you catch DA. Let me get back up here. Thank you. Right there it is. Make sure you catch DA here in less than an hour. Dude, Roxanne, yes, that would be fun. Let me get this done and I'll put your deal up. And make sure you go to Amazon and catch DA's books and make sure it's D.A.Roberts and not somebody else. Make sure it's D.A.Roberts. And look up my books on Amazon as well at E.D.Testerman. But make sure you catch, it's good to have DA back, and he's going to be back doing his live, so I'm looking forward to that. And so make sure you catch that up. Jessica Jones and, Robin be on with DA. William Nighthawk, me and him be on in the morning. I'll have Shane with me from West Coast Dogman Project tomorrow night, where we're going to be talking about dogmen. But we got all that coming up. As soon as the girl and are gone, Griff and Roxanne get done reading Beast of the Ozark's First Kill, and I make what changes we think we need to make to that book, I will get it sent to the final editor. So I'm hoping within a month I'll have that book out and ready for you guys. It is done. I have started again on Saga Grimson Book 3, Revenge of the Wendigo. So that is in the works. I was started to work on it today, and I got sidetracked, so I didn't get a chance to work on it today. But I'm almost done with chapter 7. So that is the next book I'm going to finish because Cody Barrett started Legend. I've got to get some more historical stuff researched. That way I can have accurate stuff for accurate times. So I put that book on the side for now until I can get that Dallas County historical book again from the library and be able to get an accurate historical Western out to you guys. Let's all meet and party. We need to have a good get together. We do. Yeah, I mean, definitely, Bounty. Oh, you're welcome, DA. Light winds. Make sure I catch up on the comments before we get done here. We used to go to the beach and set up and cook crabs and shrimp. Oh, dude, yeah. We done that in Hawaii. Yeah. My kayak and bike go on a trailer. Good time. Hell yeah. It does sound. Yeah. It sounds good. Brother William, thank you for coming in. It was good seeing you. We'll be catching in the morning. I'll be on with William Nighthawk in the morning on his YouTube channel at William Nighthawk 6630. So make sure you catch us in the morning. Okay, that's everybody. So, guys, thank you for coming in. Give a hand to my mods. William and Roxanne, they do a hell of a job. Keep me in line. I'm very thankful for them. To all my new subscribers and my OGs, I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys make this what it is. We get off a topic, something like this, but I mean, that's what the Saturday night's for, man. This is a campfire chat. It doesn't always have to be cryptid. Hey, Julie. Yeah, they have. Well, that's what we was talking about earlier. Yeah, Julie, 100%. You're right. It doesn't always have to be cryptids, paranormal, supernatural. A good chat like this, like, some off the grid stuff or good times or getting back to good times. That's just as good as a talk to me as it is with cryptids, paranormal, or supernatural. So I hope to catch you guys tomorrow on William's show, tomorrow night on mine. Like I said, I'll have Shane with me from West Coast Dogman. So until then, guys, man, peace, love, and blessings to you all. And thank you so much for coming.